Papa Squad, come at ya. Happy Sunday, everybody. I believe it is also the first day of spring 2022. We've got a song today from SPM again, from 1995, I want to say. It's called Revenge. And it is 5 minutes 34 seconds. I do have the lyrics over here. It looks like a fairly long song. Quite a lot of lyrics, and I guess that's a good thing. So I'm going to kind of follow along over on this screen as we go, and I'm curious as to what this is like. This is, I think this is before he had been accused and sent to prison for the charges that he was accused of. And so I'm kind of curious because a lot of the music that we have heard has been recorded during the time he was in prison. This is, like I said, 1995, and he ended up going to prison, I think, in 2000 or 2002, something like that. And I'm just curious to see like what the difference is between his music produced before he went in, and like what sort of tricks and things like that they do with it, and what his rapping style is like, because obviously if he's recording something, I assume over the phone, although maybe they're allowed to bring in some recording equipment in prison as well, I doubt that. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. So let's give this a listen and see. It's 1995, so I'm, once again, I'm expecting kind of a beat-heavy track that's more about the rap than anything else. But I don't know what sort of informed his process and like what the sorts of music he liked, what he wanted to do. He definitely has a different approach to songwriting and music than a lot of people, because he did have a specific thing he wanted to talk about. And so let's just see what this is like. Like I said, I've got the lyrics. 5 minutes 34 seconds. SPM Revenge. Kind of that ominous feel again. And I was gonna say about the whole ominous thing, that's just a very common thing in a lot of hip hop music that is about certain subjects, right? Like they really want to kind of evoke that feeling of like something bad's happening, this is scary, and it's really effective. I mean, there's a reason why people, I've said this before, why music in movies sounds the way it does is because it elicits a certain response from us, and that's the same thing with this.
My homie called me in the morning from a hospital bed. He got
very nasally, kind of the same sort of style as I don't know who the singer is, but Insane in the Brain. Yeah, I can't think of the name of the group right now. But they did that same sort of like nasal kind of sound to it, and it's a way to sound. I mean, it's a choice, and this is definitely different than we've heard from him before. So I'm curious.
got hoes in his body from a Glock full of lead. He said 3 motherfuckers that his lady knows. Try to jack his ass for his 84s. Now in the bent top sick bit, my nigga lays up. He got sprayed.
Somebody tell me what his 84s are. Tried to jack his ass for his 84s. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's, well, I don't have any clue. I don't know if it's a reference to like a car or money, or I have no idea. Just tried to jack his 84s.
Up, cause he wasn't raised, caught 3 out of 7 of the shots that rang. Them folks saying that he never walked the same. It sounds like a job for the Uzi Gat. And where the fuck did your bitch say these fools be at? For a real long time we been the best of friends, and I'll be damned if a nigga don't get revenge. I feel anger that I'm no stranger to, busting slugs in they your guts just a thing to do. While they pray for you, I'm a spray paint crew. I got love for my homies, I thought you knew. He said, Los, don't sweat it, let the shit alone. But with these punk motherfuckers, I must pick a bone. Now will it be the cranium or the chest plate? Next break, back, snap, put him in checkmate. Let take me to vengeance. Send this, let this, ripping through tendons. I end
Oh, I like that.
because you bleed.
That's cool. That kind of it really kind of a cool way to change his flow.
Let take me to vengeance. Send this, let this, ripping through tendons. I end this because you bleed inside and it hurts to cough. I can't take no advice. I got to break them out. Cause my revenge, it tastes so sweet. I gotta do what my friends would do for me. You motherfuckers gotta pay. I'm asking for action. Ain't a fucking game. I'm blasting some acid. Cause my revenge, it tastes so sweet. I gotta do what my friends would do for me. You motherfuckers gotta pay. I'm asking for action. Ain't a fucking game. I'm blasting some acid. My niggas check.
Okay, so that was kind of the first verse and the first chorus. And it's interesting because it's again we're listening to a song that's about a young guy who feels like he has to commit violence against some other people because his friend was attacked, and his friend is even telling him, don't do it, don't bother, don't get involved, you're just gonna get hurt. I'll be fine. Like, he's not walking right, but I'll be fine. And it's interesting because I've said this so many times before, but there's so many of these songs that are about avoiding the mistakes that these artists have either encountered themselves or have had friends or family members encounter, and they just try. They really try to say, don't do this stuff. Like, it's pointless and dumb. Do what you need to get by, not survive, like to get by, to be as much as you can, to not fall prey to the violence or the drugs or whatever else. And my cat is really insistent on trying to bite me right now because it knows I am speaking to the computer. But yeah, it's really interesting to see all these artists and rappers telling people, like, don't get involved in this stuff. And it's kind of heartbreaking once you realize how many songs there are like this.
My niggas check me, I'm thinking of a master plan. I'm straight up blasting gas, them fucking bastards ran. I'm steady missing all my homies who done bit the dust. Got revenge cause them bitches wasn't shit to us. Now what the fuck can I accomplish? And when I'm dead, will I find myself on God's list? Every night I give thanks I didn't die today. Turning cane into crack in my mic away. We dealing cause we feeling that the pay's right. Hoping mama never see me at my gravesite. No daylight, play night cautiously. Could be death or my freedom, what is costing me? Lost in jail life, midwife be Mary Jane. And me streets got me strolling Blueberry Lane. Very same song sung in the South from the mouth of a hustler. Never have I trusted a trick or a hoe or a dope fiend neither. Cause they smoke like a beaver building dams on the river. Life of a G till the D-A-Y. Hitting switches on the freeway high.
Really interesting lyrics and how he strings things together. Lost in dear life, my wife be that Mary Jane, and my streets got me strolling Blueberry Lane. Very same song sung in the South from the mouth of a hustler. Never have I trusted a. That's kind of an interesting one. Never have I trusted a trick or a hoe or a dope fiend either. This was very interesting, because they smoke like a beaver building dams. That's kind of a weird one. Building dams on the river, and that's the end of a line. And the next line is, live a life of a G, and that's pretty. I mean, it's interesting because he's really, even as he's writing the lyrics, he's kind of sculpting what the soundscape is going to be like, right? And that shouldn't be surprising at all. But this must have really come together. Kind of curious about his process. If he had this track and then he wrote to it, or if he wrote the lyrics and then created the track to it, because it's really an interesting flow that he's got going on.
Life of a G till the D-A-Y, hitting switches on the freeway high. Don't reply, cause me don't give a fuck what you hoes got to say about me here with funk. Cause my revenge is so sweet, I gotta do what my friends do for me.
This is also really interesting where he's doing this chorus and he stresses even more this kind of sound, this like it almost sounds whiny to me, and I wonder if he's trying to make it sound like somebody being whiny about like, oh, I gotta do this thing and I don't really want to do it, and you know, like I'm not sure if that's his point with the sound he's making, or if he just likes the sound and wants it to appear this way.
Motherfuckers gotta pay. I'm asking for action. Ain't a fucking K. I'm blasting some acid. Cause my revenge is so sweet. I gotta do what my friends will do for me. You motherfuckers gotta pay.
Yeah, so, cause, let's see. I'm blasting some asses cause my revenge, it tastes so sweet. I gotta do what my friends would do for me. So he's kind of projecting that, right? Like, you guys would get revenge for me, so I have to do it for you, even though his friend said, you know, don't do this.
Asking for action, ain't a fucking K. I'm blasting some acid. Stop short in your tracks, gas got the place surrounded. Sounded 2 warning shots, fuck on up and you'll be grounded. Pounded bodies with the butts of 12 gauges. Now our face is too straight in the fucking dog cages. Pages of my book turn like the wind blows on the paper of a crook. Motherfuck them hoes, him grows as a hustler, grows as a G. Save his flows to Big 8, now he scores half a key. Some said in his head he got insanity inside, but all it really be is mathematically inclined. Get behind, you might find others taking over. Rookies moving cookies, they whipped in baking soda. Baby, know the fucking rules. My cheese is solid as a rock. When my homies only
Nice.
barring with a Glock. Tenderoni, phony fraud, motherfuckers best to get out the game. Before you die, motherfuckers busters trusses, but us hustlers trust. No one you can show run with no gun. That be your nigga slogan. So roll on the street.
Nice.
Chug a love, 1 to 8 ball, and see where this motherfucking life is gonna take y'all and make us baby fall. It's so sweet, I gotta do what my friends will do for me. You motherfuckers gotta pay. Asking for action, ain't a fucking K. I'm blasting some acid, cause my revenge is so sweet. I gotta do what my friends will do for me. You motherfuckers gotta pay. I'm asking for action, ain't a fucking K. I'm blasting some acid.
So kind of interesting because, for all the reasons I said, but then the song itself, oh, I like that. It's gonna stop. The song itself is interesting. I really like that section at the end. Is interesting because it talks about, like, I have to go do this, I have to go do this, I have to go do this. But in the song, he doesn't actually go do it. Like, there's no, he doesn't actually get the revenge. He doesn't go and deal with anybody, or at least I didn't get that from the song. He's just talking about, like, I have to go out and do this, and you guys know I have to, and I don't care what anybody else says, I have to do this. Yeah, it's interesting. And again, I think it's a warning song, right? I think it's a song that he put out to basically say, like, you're going to feel like this. And it's really true for anybody, right? When somebody hurts a friend of yours or a family member and you feel like it was unfair and that you can get revenge, that you ought to, right? And I think what he's saying in this is, like, you know, don't do that. You can feel that way, that's fine. Don't go do it, because it's it just ends up getting visited back upon you. I mean, violence breeds violence is the old saying, and it's absolutely true. And anybody who, like SPM, who I assume was in a gang, I don't know for sure, and I don't remember if I read that about him. Um, but I'm sure he knew people in gangs, and just being able to see all of that going on and understanding, like, this doesn't get us anywhere. This is just killing each other. Um, Neat stuff. Probably not my favorite SPM song, but I can see why people like it, and it sounds very, very cool. Like I said, that weird ominous is really effective, and it really just kind of puts you on edge in an interesting way. So neat song. I like SPM. I like his stuff, and I can't say anything about that. That's for sure. He's just very talented and has put out a ton of stuff over the years. I'm super impressed by his output. So there you go, Pop Squat. Check it out. Liking another SPM song. What do you know? And yeah, we're at like 870 something followers. I don't. You guys are going crazy with this. 886. I don't know. I forget. But thank you for following. And I was at a store today and looked at one of those little lights to help light things up around here. And who knows, I might try and do that to actually make this all look a little better, because I feel like the more people that are following, the more I should make this look like, not like I have a bunch of crap sitting out in my living room that I never do anything with because I live alone and don't have any reason to clean up anything or invite anybody over. But yeah, there you go. We'll see if you see any changes around here anytime soon. Thanks again. Please like, subscribe, and share. Good to see you. Happy spring.